the Sony WH-1000XM5, Bose QuietComfort Ultra Headphones, Edifier Stax Spirit S5, Focal Bathys, and Bowers and Wilkins Px7 S2 are the most popular wireless headphones for music of 2025. But which is the absolute best? We are going to compare them to each other and score them in various categories, with some categories holding more weight than others. In the end, we'll decide which is the best one based on the final score, and we will declare the absolute winner. Let's dive in. First, we are going to compare them on the sound quality category, which has a multiplier of 2. The Sony WH-1000XM5 is a solid choice for those who enjoy a bass-heavy sound profile, while they offer a balanced mid-range and clear treble. The bass can sometimes muddy the mix, especially in densely orchestrated tracks. I give them a 7 out of 10. Moving on to the Bose QuietComfort Ultra Headphones, these headphones excel in delivering a neutral sound with extra thump and rumble. The bass doesn't overwhelm the vocals and instruments, which remain clear and present. However, the lack of a USB audio option might be a downside for some. They score an 8 out of 10. Now, let's talk about the Edifier Stax Spirit S5. These headphones provide a well-balanced, refined, and clear audio experience, which is impressive for wireless headphones. The downside is the lack of active noise cancellation, which might be a deal breaker for commuters. I rate them at 7.5 out of 10. The Focal Bathys offers a compellingly big, spacious, and clear sound with a pleasingly full-bodied balance. They stand out with their USB DAC mode for high-resolution audio, but their noise cancellation isn't as effective as some competitors. They earn a 9 out of 10. Finally, we have the Bowers and Wilkins Px7 S2. These headphones deliver a detailed and expansive sound across the mid-range and into the lower treble, with a neutral, warm signature. However, the bass can be a bit heavy, potentially muddying the mix. They get an 8.5 out of 10. The Focal Bathys takes the crown in the sound quality category with a score of 9 out of 10 thanks to its exceptional soundstage and high-resolution audio capabilities. Next, we are going to compare them on the comfort and fit category, which has a multiplier of 1.5. The Sony WH-1000XM5 is a great choice for comfort during long commutes or travel. They're lighter than their predecessor, but some users might find the headband a bit heavy on the top of the head, especially if you have a smaller head. I give them a 7 out of 10 for comfort and fit. Moving on to the Bose QuietComfort Ultra Headphones, these are incredibly comfortable for extended listening sessions. The memory foam ear pads and well-calibrated clamping force make them ideal for long-term use, although they might not be the best for intense physical activities due to their lack of water resistance. They score a 9 out of 10 for comfort and fit. Now, let's talk about the Edifier Stax Spirit S5. These headphones are extremely comfortable, with a refined headband design and plush lambskin ear pads. However, their size might be a bit overwhelming for some, and they're not the most portable. I rate them 8 out of 10 for comfort and fit. The Focal Bathys are a statement piece in terms of design and comfort. They sit very comfortably on your head, with a mix of leather and microfiber materials, and the adjustable yoke ensures a perfect fit. However, their weight might be a bit much for some users over time. They get a 8.5 out of 10 for comfort and fit. Finally, we have the Bowers and Wilkins Px7 S2. These headphones are designed for long listening sessions with generously cushioned ear cups and a padded headband. The clamping force is just right, but the ear cups could be larger for those with bigger ears. They earn a 9.5 out of 10 for comfort and fit, making them the winner in this category. The Bowers and Wilkins Px7 S2 takes the crown for comfort and fit with a score of 9.5 out of 10, offering a premium experience that justifies their price point. Next, we are going to compare them on the battery life category, which has a multiplier of 1.5. The Sony WH-1000XM5 is a real workhorse when it comes to battery life. In our tests, it lasted an impressive 31 hours and 53 minutes with ANC on, which is slightly better than Sony's own estimate. However, if you turn off ANC, you get a whopping 53 hours and 6 minutes. That's a lot of music for your money, but remember, it's a bit pricier than some competitors. 8 out of 10 for Sony. Moving on to the Bose QuietComfort Ultra Headphones, they offer a solid 24 hours of battery life with ANC on, which is quite good for daily use. But if you're looking for something that lasts longer, you might want to look elsewhere. They take about 3 hours to fully charge, which is a bit slower than some rivals. 7 out of 10 for Bose. Now, let's talk about the Edifier Stax Spirit S5. These headphones are a battery life champion, providing an astonishing 80 hours from a single charge. That's right, 80 hours. However, they don't have ANC, which might be a deal breaker for some. 9 out of 10 for Edifier. The Focal Bathys are no slouch either, with a battery life of 31 hours and 30 minutes with ANC on. That's enough for a week's worth of commutes or 2 full days of listening, but they don't offer the best battery life in this group, and they're on the pricier side. 7.5 out of 10 for Focal. Finally, we have the Bowers and Wilkins Px7 S2. They provide up to 30 hours of battery life with ANC, which is quite standard for this category. However, their quick charging feature is impressive, giving you 7 hours of playback from just a 15-minute charge. 8.5 out of 10 for Bowers and Wilkins. The Edifier Stax Spirit S5 takes the crown in the battery life category with a score of 9, offering an incredible 80 hours of playtime, making it the clear winner for those who value longevity over noise cancellation. Next, we are going to compare them on the connectivity and features category, which has a multiplier of 2. The Sony WH-1000XM5 is a versatile choice, with its support for LDAC, AAC, and SBC Bluetooth codecs, ensuring high-quality audio streaming. However, it lacks aptX support, which might be a downside for some users. I give it a solid 8 out of 10. Moving on to the Bose QuietComfort Ultra Headphones. They offer Bluetooth 5.3 with Snapdragon sound support, including aptX lossless for CD quality audio. The downside is the lack of USB-C audio pass-through, which limits wired listening options. They score a commendable 8.5 out of 10. Now, let's talk about the Edifier Stax Spirit S5. These headphones feature Bluetooth 5.4 with LDAC and aptX lossless codec compatibility, providing excellent wireless audio quality. However, they don't have active noise cancellation, which might be a deal breaker for some. I rate them at 7.5 out of 10. The Focal Bathys stands out with its ability to connect digitally via a USB-C cable, offering uncompressed audio without Bluetooth latency. On the downside, they require battery power even for wired listening, which can be inconvenient. They earn a strong 9 out of 10. Finally, we have the Bowers Wilkins Px7 S2. They support Bluetooth 5.2 with aptX adaptive, aptX HD, AAC, and SBC codecs, providing a robust wireless experience. The lack of a 3.5mm jack input might be a drawback for some, but the USB-C connectivity compensates well. They get a top score of 9.5 out of 10. The Bowers Wilkins Px7 S2 takes the crown in the connectivity and features category with its versatile codec support and seamless USB-C connectivity, earning it a well-deserved 9.5 points. Finally, we are going to compare them on the price-to-performance ratio category, which has a multiplier of 3. The Sony WH-1000XM5 is a fantastic choice for those looking for a balance between cost and performance. They offer excellent sound quality, noise cancellation, and a sleek design, but they're not the cheapest option out there. I've used them on long flights and they've never let me down, but the price tag does make you think twice. 7 out of 10. Moving on to the Bose QuietComfort Ultra Headphones, these are the epitome of luxury and noise cancellation. They provide an immersive audio experience with their custom-tuned technology, but their battery life is a bit of a letdown compared to the competition. I found them to be a bit pricey for what they offer, especially when you consider the battery life. 6 out of 10. Now, let's talk about the Edifier Stax Spirit S5. These headphones are a revelation for audiophiles on a budget. They deliver high-definition audio with planar magnetic drivers, but the lack of active noise cancellation might be a deal breaker for some. I've enjoyed their sound quality immensely, but the absence of ANC does make them less versatile for everyday use. 8 out of 10. The Focal Bathys are a premium choice with a price to match. They offer a rich, detailed sound that's hard to beat, but their cost is significantly higher than the others. I've used them for both casual listening and critical audio work, and while they're exceptional, the price does make you question if they're worth it for everyone. 5 out of 10. Finally, we have the Bowers Wilkins Px7 S2. These headphones strike a great balance between sound quality and price. They're not as feature-rich as some competitors, but their sound profile is well-tuned, and they offer good value for money. I've found them to be a reliable choice for daily commutes and casual listening, offering a lot for what you pay. 9 out of 10. The Bowers Wilkins Px7 S2 takes the crown in the price-to-performance ratio category with a score of 9 out of 10, offering a compelling mix of sound quality, comfort, and features at a reasonable price. The results of our comparison show each product shines in its own way, but the Bowers Wilkins Px7 S2 stands out with its score of 90. Having spent considerable time with these headphones, I can vouch for their phenomenal sound quality, comfort, and impressive connectivity features. Their ability to balance high-end performance with a reasonable price makes them an exceptional choice for anyone seeking a premium audio experience. From my experience, they deliver a rich, immersive sound that genuinely enhances my daily listening, whether I'm commuting or simply relaxing at home. While the Bowers Wilkins Px7 S2 takes the top spot, the other contenders also have unique strengths. The Edifier Stax Spirit S5 scoring an impressive 80.5, excelled in battery life, making them perfect for those who prioritize longevity. The Focal Bathys and the Bose QuietComfort Ultra Headphones both scored 75, with the Focal Bathys offering superior sound quality, while the Bose impressed with its top-tier noise cancellation. Meanwhile, the Sony WH-1000XM5 is a solid all-rounder, with a score of 73.5, offering great features across the board. Each of these headphones has something special to offer, catering to different preferences and priorities, making them worthy considerations despite not taking the crown.